Well, it's fever time once again. Playoff races starting to take shape. Let's look at the top three things we'll have an eye on for you this evening. Can Calvary's district dominance continue? The Cavs have looked a lot like the Cavs this season. Tonight's matchup with Union Parish should serve as a good test. It's our game of the week. We'll check in with Daniel Brown live here soon. After winning an absolute thriller to kick off district play a week ago, it doesn't get much easier for Ruston. The Bearcats are at Neville tonight, a matchup that promises to provide plenty of fireworks. We'll show you what happened here in just a bit. And what about those district races in East Texas? Yeah, we'll have you covered there too. We have a few teams on collision courses over the next few weeks, and we'll do our best to update you on all the league action in the Lone Star State. Nearly 30 games to get to tonight, so let's not waste any more time. It's time for the Fever.
Here we go.
Get ready, y'all. It's football time. Welcome to Southern Classic Chicken Friday Football Fever scores and highlights. Let the fever begin.
Get it moving.
Let's get it moving indeed. Hello and welcome into Week 8 of the Southern Classic Chicken Friday Football Fever Scores and Highlights Show. I'm your host, Alex Anderson. I tell you, the high school football season goes in a flash, and we aren't too far away from talking playoffs. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. We'll take it one game at a time, and that first game tonight is our Pioneer Comfort Systems Game of the Week. Now, despite being a couple hours apart, Union Parish and Calvary have become very familiar with each other over the last few years. Tonight's matchup could very well decide the winner of District 1 2A. It was homecoming for Calvary as the homecoming court checking out the game. How's it going, ladies? Union's going to get the ball first, deep in their own territory. Braxton Patterson handing it off to Javion Henderson. Running hard, breaking tackles. Chance Freeman, though, is going to come in and punch the ball out. It's on the turf. Garrett Lee scoops it up, and he's going the other way. A scoop and score, and Calvary takes a 7-0 lead. Fans love that on homecoming night. Hudson Price now going to hand it off to Zarian Miles. Miles only goes about 40 yards, but still a heck of a play there. Touchdown, Calvary, and 14-zip. Farmers back on offense. Patterson, quick give. It's Gerardo Banda, but you see the ball fall out again. Caleb Green on it this time for Calvary. Another fumble, and they're looking to strike quick. Price looking for his main man, Braylon. Huglon drops it in the bucket. Huglon does the rest right into your living room, signaling touchdown. It's 21-zip Cavaliers. Second quarter we go. Union trying to get something going. It's Henderson on the pitch, and look out, Luke Miller. Here he is, a big-time tackle there, bringing him down. And David Weeks cleans things up there. Farmers would miss a field goal. Calvary scores right after to make it 28-0. Union back on offense. Patterson setting the screen, deflected and picked. Justin Reeves coming down with that one. In the homecoming court, ready to take the field as the Cavs are rolling in this first half. Price, Brady Martinez, and that is an easy touchdown there for Calvary. It was 35-0 at the half. I'm sure you're kind of getting how this game will go, but we'll hear from the Cavs a little later in our show. District 1 5A starting to take shape. Evangel's unbeaten in league play. Parkway unbeaten overall. We'll let you know how the Panthers did tonight here in just a couple of minutes, but we also need to get you caught up on Evangel's game last night at Benton. It's where we saw Malachi Ziegler in a showdown with Pop Houston. Two highly touted QB recruits mixing it up, and Evangel gets the ball first. They march it right down the field. Houston looking to his right all the way. He's got DeMarcus Evans. Evans has got a touchdown. They failed the two-pointer, so it's 6-zip. Benton's next drive would be extended by a roughing the kicker. Their own penalty backs them up, though. 3rd and long. Ziegler dropping back. It's a screen. Owen Patterson gets it, and he's got a lot of room. A big-time pickup there for the Tigers as they finally drag him down. You see it there, but the drive still results in a 4th down. Ziegler, play fake, and look out. Ashton Dawson read it the whole way. The ball is turned over on downs. The Eagles go on an 86-yard drive from there. It'd be capped off by a familiar connection. Houston rolling to his right this time, but still throwing to his man Evans. Touchdown there. They fail another two-pointer. That would make it 12-0. The Tigers would fumble on their next drive, and that sets up Houston on 4th and goal. And the guy who made the tackle on 4th down on defense gets the touchdown on offense. Dawson, the big fella, 59-0. Evangel wins. We got a lot of football coming your way here on KPXJ. We got 120 seconds for you to grab that remote and change it to the CW for the full hour of the Southern Classic Chicken Friday Football Fever Scores and Highlights Show. See you there.
Here we go.
We do thank you for keeping it with us here on the Southern Classic Chicken Friday Football Fever Scores and Highlights Show. Let's pick up right where we left off in 1-5A. We saw Evangel hold serve last night, but what about Parkway? The Panthers 6-0 on the year. They were in Independence Stadium tonight to face a talented Huntington squad. Huntington with it first, Justin Whitaker looking to throw, and they've been doing this all year. Whitaker to Caden Starks. A familiar connection, it works. Touchdown Raiders. They kick off the scoring. So, Tony Aguilar going to kick it off. Parkway's A.J. Johnson going to receive it. Johnson looking for some room, but look out! Arthur Douglas with a crunch nominee. He's fired up, and why not? So Parkway gets the offense rolling now. KB Williams going to fake a handoff. He's looking deep. Took some time, and he had it. Gary Burney. Oh, my goodness! What a snag by Burney over Nate Green. First and goal for the Panthers, and it's a handoff to Damian DeCall, and he would score the touchdown. Parkway now getting going. Williams looking to throw. He's going to dip out of the pocket, let it go. It's Tony Gladney on the other end right there. That's another Panther touchdown. Parkway wins 30-19. Tay Houghton's offense seemingly breaks a new record every week, while Airline has lost 3 in a row. Both teams really needed a W tonight. First quarter, Vikings driving. It's a handoff to Kenny Darby, the LSU commit. Looking for the end zone, but they push him out right around the 3. The Vikes would pay it off. DJ Allen up the gut into the end zone, 7-0 Vikings. Later in the first, they're driving again. Chase Williams to DJ Allen. Allen to the right side. Can he get there? No, they get him out of bounds. So a couple plays later, Williams going over the middle to Justin Woodfork, and that's a touchdown for Airline. It was 14-0 at that point, and the Vikings win it 36-28. Airline off the schneid there. Bird just has one win this season. They were in Turpin Stadium to face 3-3 Natchitoches Central, a defensive slugfest early on. Points at a premium in the City of Lights. As we start with a fourth down play here by Bird, and Natchitoches Central's defense stands up. They get the stop to turn it over. But as quickly as they got it, they give it right back. Owen Smith rolling out. Plants his feet, fires Madden. Cromer, though, the Bird linebacker, steps under that one. And it's an INT for Bird. So they're trying to cash in here, but the Chiefs' defense all over Colin Deere on that play. It was tight early in terms of scoring, and then the points came later. And Natchitoches Central, they win 35-31. And then we have Captain Shreve. The Gators suffered their first district loss at the hands of Evangel last week, and now they step out of league play for a rematch of an epic game we saw last year against Destrehan. Now, good to see Jamarcier Plater back out on the field. He was banged up against Evangel last week. Not good to see his Gators down 20-7 in the second. Trying to cut into it here. Jackson Gaskin looking for a receiver. Says, I guess I'll run, and that was a good choice. A big pickup here for the Shreve QB. Now, nothing going after that. It's going to be fourth down. So, of course, fourth and short, you're going to go to Plater. Plater, he's going to get airborne here, but he's chopped down quickly. They turn it over on downs. Doesn't take Destrehan long to take advantage, and this is a heck of a run you're about to see here. Malachi Dabney on the carry, and look at this stiff arm right there, ferocious. You saw the strength, you see the speed. Dabney to the house, and Destrehan back to South Louisiana with a big win, 68-28. We got a 2-5A now, the 100th meeting of Ruston and Neville. Both teams 1-0 in this tough league. This one was wild. Tigers up 3. Sam Hartwell looking, but he's rocked. The ball's on the ground, and the Tigers pounce on it. They turn it into points in the red zone now. Jarvis Blackston, short yardage carry. He's going to find his way to pay dirt. It's 9-0 Tigers after that. Late in the first we go. The Bearcat defense going to make a play here. Parker Robinson looking to throw, picked off. It's Caden Gray with the pick and with the 6. Here we go. It's just a 3-point game. To the second. Neville on a drive that started at their own 1. Robinson on target this time. It's a bomb to Zealand Young. Young hangs on to it, and they finish off this 99-yard drive like this. A flip to Jamarian Roberson, and Roberson battling his way in. 16-6 now, but here come the Cats. Hartwell looking to Josiah Morgan, and he's got him. Perfect throw from Hartwell Morgan. Scampers in, some fireworks at Neville. It's a 3-point game again. But then Neville says, hey, that was cool. Check this out. Robinson. Oh my goodness, the receiver beats the defense and no chance they're going to get him. 86 yards, and it looked like Neville was going to run away with this thing, but guys, Ruston comes from behind and wins another thriller. Wow, how about those Cats? 41-37, the final out there at Neville. Now we have 2 unbeaten teams in District 1-5A in the books. We'll check, or in 1-4A that is, and we'll check in with both of them when the Fever returns.
Here we go.
Tell you, Southwood's been a great story in 1-4A this year. They picked up their first district win in a long time last week. Tonight, though, things get a little tougher. They had to Stonewall to face Luke Delafield and those unbeaten North DeSoto Griffins. Southwood would line up to punt, and why are we showing you a punt? Because something's going to happen. This one's blocked. Landon Berry getting his paw on it. It would roll out of bounds inside the 5. They cash it in, as the Griffins always do. It's a quick flip to Braylon Moore. Scores with ease. It's 6-0 indeed. They'd get it back later in the first, and they'd see a lot of this with this offense. Luke Delafield, a pinpoint pass to his man Colton LaCour. LaCour scores, North DeSoto wins. It's 56-0. Bryce Restovich and Loyola, they're 6-0. Looking to keep it going against Woodlawn tonight. Woodlawn would punt on their first drive. Loyola's first play on offense. Restovich to Ty Walsworth. Got him. Touchdown, 7-0 Flyers. Now, everyone, join me. Say hello to their live mascot, Flyer. This is a weekly tradition, so get used to it. Every time he's there, we're showing him. He's adorable. He let me pet him. It was very nice. Woodlawn backed up, 3rd and long. QB keeper Jeremiah Gustain. How about this play from the quarterback? Athletic. It was a high snap, made the most out of it. 22 yards there. Red zone now, 4th down. Gustain with a design QB run. A host of Flyers brings him down to turn it over on downs. Then Loyola goes on to win it. They're 7-0, 62-14. Now, much like Southwood, Gary Smith has Bossier trending in the right direction, thanks in large part to their do-it-all quarterback Montrevel Lewis. But also, much like the Cowboys, the Bearcats had a tough one tonight. 5-1 Northwood was in town. And well, we start the second quarter, and it is 21-7 Falcons. They're looking for more, and you know who scores a lot of their touchdowns. Their running back, Kyron Johnson, staying on his feet and scoring 28-7. Bearcats looking to answer. Here's Lewis. He's going deep. Looking for Dwayne Robinson. Lets it go, and Robinson's going to haul it in. Defender all over him. Didn't matter. 4th down. Same drive. Lewis on the run. Across his body. Back corner of the end zone. It's picked off. Duntavius Young. But wait. The refs say he was out, so the Falcons take over. Nathan Cervantes down to a wide open Young. He didn't get the INT, but he'll definitely get the TD. The Northwood a winner tonight. 48-14. One last 1-4A game for you. Booker T. Washington in the pit to face Minden. Opening drive for the Tide is where we'll start. Hudson Brown giving it to Kalen Aubrey. It's a sweep. Aubrey dodges one tackle, gets a nice block there. He's looking for more. Aubrey still on the run. Can he get it? Yes, nice block. 65 yards. Minden is on the board. 7-0. Jaden Johnson under center now for the Crimson Tide. They swap these QBs out a bit. He's going to give it to Lucas Owens, and Owens is weaving his way through that Lion defense before finding the fast lane. 17 yards on that run. It's 14-0 Tide. Lions looking to get something going now. Vincent Blake from the gun. Let's go to Caden Harris. Harris makes the grab. Nice chunk of yak here for Harris. And then Blake rolling out. Looking for Vontravius Moore. Gonna shoulder his way in there. So that puts BT Dub on the board, but Minden gets the W, 55-30. We'll wrap up that Pioneer Comfort Systems Game of the Week after these messages.
The Game of the Week is brought to you by Pioneer Comfort Systems.
I'll tell you, Calvary and Union Paris have a nice little rivalry brewing in 1-2A. Tonight, though, was all for the Cavs. You see, fans able to leave their seats early in this one. They're up 48-0 in the final seconds of the fourth. So second string action for both teams. Calvary preserving the shutout. on homecoming against a Union Parish team that is better than their record shows. Calvary wins 48-0. They now have sole possession of first place in District 1-2A. So Daniel Brown got his first trip to Jerry Barker Stadium this year, but they shut things down pretty early, so we let him come on back to the newsroom. Daniel, another night for the Cavs.
Yeah, Alex, running clock in the second half. Calvary absolutely dominating Union Parish in turnovers. That was the story of the game. Union Parish could not hang on to the ball. Calvary could, and they punched it in en route to a 48-0 shutout on homecoming night. One of the big plays and one of the big players was Luke Miller. Had a crunch of the night nominee there in the first half, and then actually had a pick six in the second half. Wasn't able to show that because the Cavs were just rolling en route to another win in district play.
Going into the game, we were really hype about this one. We were really wanting to win this one, win it big at that. And, you know, when we make big plays like that, defensive touchdowns, offensive capitalizing, our sideline, it just erupts. It's just positivity everywhere.
It feels good, you know, it's homecoming. They're not just no easy school to walk past, so I'm kind of glad defense did their thing, offense did their thing, coaches, like everybody in our team did their part today. So I feel like we did good, especially from the defense. The shutout, that's good.
I didn't think this would happen, no, but the turnovers. I mean, we had, I don't know, 5 or 6 turnovers, maybe more. I don't know what it was, but, you know, we played well on defense. We kicked the ball well and kept them on their end of the field the whole time, too, when we scored. So, you know, we did a lot of stuff right. And, like I said, we've been getting better every week, so we just got to keep improving.
So next up for the Cavs, Alex, they go out of district and face Huntington, and then they close out the regular season against Green Oaks and North Caddo. So Calvary rolling right now at the right time of the year as they get ready for another playoff run.
Yeah, you said it perfectly. This is the time when Calvary starts really showing out, and they did it again tonight, Daniel. We do appreciate that report, and nice easy night for you to be back here. Happy to see that. Thanks, my man. Let's clean up some 1-2A action for you before we move on. Green Oaks hosting those Fighting Pelicans of Homer. Here come the Giants. They play at Northwood. Get a nice look at the band before we get a look at Homer's offense. And really, it's more of a look at the Giant defense. Throw deep, but Tony Johnson Jr. He's got it for the Giants. An INT, a nice little return to boot, pushed out of bounds there, just shy of the 50 in the red zone. Green Oaks. They're going to fumble it, though, and it's fallen on by Shuntravian Fielding for Homer. So no points in the first quarter. Start the second. Sheldrick Williams is going to recover this fumble in the end zone, and Green Oaks gets on the board first, but Homer wins 22-14. Now, do you think we were done in Louisiana tonight? Not even close. The rest of 2A and a check on Haynesville when the Southern Classic Chicken Friday Football Fever Scores and Highlights show continues.
Here we go.
Let's go to 3-2A now, where it was Mansfield getting a leg up in league play last week, winning a good game at Red River a week ago. The Wolverines had to like their chances against winless Rose Pine tonight. And check this out. Looked like a QB sneak for Jatarius Howard, but no, it's going a long way. You only hope to get a couple yards off of that play. They got a lot more than that. A big pickup there. The replay was covering up the next play because there's a touchdown. You'll see the tail end of it. Terrell Pegues fighting his way in. Wolverines have the lead. Next Mansfield possession, we'll see all of this one. And look, you know, if you got a Mansfield game, you're going to see Terrell Pegues in action. A toss to the outside. Here he goes. Runs through a tackle there. A little whoop. A juke on another one. Turns on the Jets. A defender on his back. Doesn't matter. He punches it in. Touchdown. That kid is sensational. So their next drive, what do? You fake it to Pegues. You throw it to the outside, and then you run a long way. Mansfield. I'm telling you, they looking good. 45-14, the final tonight. Now, much like Red River, Lakeside was hoping to bounce back from a loss in their district opener, and they did battle tonight. Little dancing there, little cheering. We'll pick it up. Second, with 1 second left in the half. Bulldogs up 21-13, looking to extend it. Malik Smith to Lathan Lewis, a buzzer beater. It's 28-13 at the half. Red River gets the ball to start the third. They take advantage. Warren Bowman, wide open space here. Bowman with a nifty move, and he will score. 35-13 now. The Warriors looking to answer. They move down the field mostly on the power of their running game. DeKeishan Banks and then Contravian Miller. Look at Miller here. Punishing. Run. moving the pile, but Lakeside on a 4th down. Brock Case fakes the pitch, looks to his right. Eric Jones running there. Oh, actually, no, this is the throw to Jones. There it is. That's Eric Jones scoring a touchdown, but it was too little too late for the Warriors tonight. Red River bounces back, 49-21. We go to 1A now, where Haynesville is another one of our area's unbeaten teams. Not that that comes as a huge surprise. The Golden Tornado rolling again, outscoring opponents, get this, 303-39. Not bad. Tonight they did in a battle for first place in their league with Cedar Creek, and that's Yassine Meteors with a sack. Ouch. Then it's a pitch to Donnie Critton. Critton, nice move there. Defender went flying. He scores. Golden Tornado on the board. Next, this is a great one. Screen to Latravius Brooks. Brooks, what? Avoids one tackle there. What? How about another? Get off me. Runs through that one. Another 3 more tackles missed. And then he's going to take another one on a ride to the end zone. Wow. Latravius Brooks with a top play nominee in a Golden Tornado. Cedar Creek trying to respond. It's a pitch there, but Haynesville's defense, Travion fielding all over him there. And then on offense, Isaiah Washington. Deep, Jermarius Williams waiting for it. That is a beautiful throw there. And a Golden Tornado touchdown. Haynesville, they win 62-20. Now, we saw North Webster lose a game last night, and we'll clean up some other Louisiana scores before we go to Texas. Darbon Woods all over North Caddo tonight, 56-26. Manny wins over Winfield, 66-40. Now, I had these numbers emailed to me. I trust the source here, but this is what I was told about this Manny game, okay? Daniel Thomas, Manny running back, 321 yards and 7 touchdowns, all on the ground. 321 yards and 7 scores. A shame we don't have any video of it, but it's the way it goes sometimes as I throw my pin. So Daniel Thomas, a big winner today for the Manny Tigers. Arcadia, they win 47-0 over Plain Dealing, and Logansport goes on the road and they win big. Another shutout for them, 52-0 over Lakeview. All right, now we are through with Louisiana games, and that was a lot to chew through. So we're going to take a quick breather, and we'll return with some big-time district games in East Texas. Stay with us.
Here we go.
Let's begin our Texas coverage tonight with something that's just pretty darn cool at Carthage. The 9th annual Bulldog Tailgate. It was held tonight at the home of the Bulldogs, featuring former Dallas Cowboys and Super Bowl champs Jay Novacek and Tony Casillas, along with Pro Football Hall of Famer Mike Singletary. How cool is that?
Things just inside, it's like, this is cool. It doesn't matter what game it is. Right. The way this town has supported this high school's been, pretty amazing, and obviously they're been a very, very great team throughout the years, and so it'll be fun. It'll be a nice time.
Well, those legends had a great game to watch. 6-0 Carthage meeting 5-1 Athens. Here come the Dogs, and here comes Jet Surratt handing it to K.J. Edwards. Edwards steps through one tackle. How about another? Stiff arm there, running through another one. We got to work on our tackling, Arklatex. It's not good tonight. And Edwards is in the end zone. Touchdown, Carthage. And I don't know what that celebration is. I'm old these days anyways. Athens with it now. David Richardson to Julius Brewer. And that's Quebec with the tackle. And then Richardson to Jacalius Rockmore. He's taken down by Trey Gant. Jarbury Taylor's going to run it in, and Athens is on the board. Okay. So they would kick it off, as they often do. And look, if we're showing you a kickoff, something's going to happen. Jace Harris running strong. Looks like a big-time return, but wait a minute. We got some laundry on the turf. It comes back on a flag. Carthage now. Surratt to Junior Henderson, and it's picked off right there. No, it's caught, I believe. That was a Bulldog touchdown. And then Edwards to the outside. He scores. I tell you, this one was really close. Athens put up a heck of a fight tonight, but it was all Bulldogs. 61-56. What a night out there in Carthage. Now we picked up, we go to Bullard and Center now. We'll pick it up in the third quarter. Rough Riders up 28-13. Bullard has the ball. Micah Skaggs looking, scrambling, throwing down the field. And it's Xavier Austin on the grab and into the end zone, and Bullard makes it a one-score game, 28-20. But on the ensuing kickoff, it goes to those Rough Riders. Jeremy Bluford fields it. Here he goes, weaving his way through defenders. Bluford stopped, dropped, shut it down, open up shop. That's how Rough Riders roll to the end zone for the touchdown. And Center's going to get the win tonight, 44-27. Now, minus that loss a few weeks ago to Kilgore, Pleasant Grove has been unstoppable so far. And tonight, one win Spring Hill making the trip to Texarkana. Big crowd as usual, first quarter. It's a pass downfield to Jamarian Richardson. Richardson hauls it in, and Richardson's pulled down just short of the goal line there. Roland Ritchie throwing that one. On the next play, it's a pass to Colt Yancey, who scores. The light show goes off. It's 14-0. We'll show you a punt. Guess what's going to happen? Oh my goodness, it's a disaster. It's blocked and recovered in Spring Hill territory. Jaden Scales is going to get his shot at scoring here, and he does just that. Pleasant Grove, yep, 63-0 business as usual. Gilmer 2-4 and 1-0 in league play, though, trying to keep it going against those pesky Vandals. Pick it up in the first quarter after the Vandals hold the Buckeyes to a field goal. Raleigh Hinch gets the snap, fakes it to DeQuavion Williams, and has an open receiver slip past the secondary. It's Case Lovett, the H-back. First touchdown of the game. Gilmer gets another crack at it. Zade Taylor, quick slant. Solomon Jackson, a short pass, goes a long way, nothing but space, and he's going to score. Big play there to regain the lead for the Buckeyes, but the Vandals, a lengthy drive. Hinch to DeQuavion Williams. Williams up the seam, and nice blocks there to score. Touchdown Vandals. Gilmore again near midfield. Taylor looking for another big play. He's going to launch this one into the direction of Tracy Haynes. He's got some space, and he's coming to your living room right there. But Van would put together a drive before the half. They would lead to a field goal, and the Vandals would win it, 48-38. Now, I mentioned Kilgore, a huge one for them tonight. 6-1 on the year. The Bulldogs took on an undefeated Lindale team. See the Kilgore Bulldogs and the Lindale Eagles in the coin toss there. First quarter, Bulldogs going to work. Kason Brooks slings a pass. It's Jacqueline Sheffield. Sheffield moves the chains. That sets things up for this. A pass to Dre Sanders. Sanders going to have to make a man miss here. He does that, and he's still going. Sanders scores. Kilgore takes a lead. 7-0. Eagles don't score in their next possession. The Bulldogs get it back, and this time it's a handoff to Rashawn Williams. Williams, look at that speed down the sidelines there. Tries to make a man miss, does, and they finally push him out of bounds, but they're in striking distance after that. Look at this catch from Tyler Jonigan. Come on, stretching out for that one. So that same drive, different quarter. We switched field. Williams, well, he stays the same, but wait. The ball came out. The refs, what do we call? They're going to talk about it. They'd call it a touchdown. Really could have gone either way. Kilgore wins this one. So big W for them tonight, 49-29. So that's the scene in 4A around East Texas. We'll take a journey through 3A when the Fever rolls on.
Here we go.
We'll focus on 3A now, Division II, District 8, where it appears to be a two-horse race, or a race between rabbits and bears, however that works out. It's Atlanta and Gladewater. They're both 6-1 on the year on a collision course. We'll start with Gladewater, hosting Tatum Everett's favorite team. Shout out Tatum. And that team, of course, is Tatum. Who could have guessed? One of my favorite names in the area, Achilles Hess, going to hand it off to Jeremiah Flanagan. Flanagan sees a hole through the middle, and Quincy Davis is going to track him down. Couple at the 1 yard line. Couple of downs later, they would score, and then 2-point conversion attempt. How about Deion Patton catching it in the end zone? Gladewater on the board early. It's 8-zip. We go to Tatum now. Grant Adcock's going to get some pressure. He's going to escape it there. He's on the run, and how about the juke there? Still going. Whoop! The spin move, and they'd finally bring him down. It is a first down. So Adcock, we've seen the legs. How about the arm? Quick out to Brandon Howard. Howard, how about the speed? Howard running with some blockers there, and they take them down just shy of the goal line. That would set them up for this, a touchdown for Tatum. They'd miss the PAT. That would make it 8-6 to end the first quarter, and Gladewater rolls on from there. 33-6, Bears win. All right, so Gladewater held suit. So did Atlanta. Perhaps maybe it was closer than they thought against Liberty Ilo, but the Leopards have been kind of rounding out into a pretty decent team here as we get to the late in the year. But Atlanta and Gladewater both move to 7-1. Should be a fun game between those two here when that happens. Things perhaps a little more crowded at the top of 3A Division II District 10, but after tonight, either Dangerfield or Hooks would sit alone at the top. Let's find out who. First quarter we go. Dangerfield. I want to say they put up 80 points a week or a couple weeks ago. Isaiah Parker going to Rain Wallace. Wallace going to the end zone. How about the stutter step there? Look out. Touchdown there. That made it 7-6 Dangerfield. A few plays later, they'd get it back. Parker again looking to Wallace. Wallace. Oh, yeah, he goes up to get that one in the end zone. Touchdown there. There's a top play nominee. I know Daniel's in the newsroom working on it, so I said that for him. 14-6. Hooks with it now. Ripken Birdwell handing it off to Jasper Crane. Crane gets loose. No one around him. He is on the run. That's a long touchdown there. So 14-12 Dangerfield, and, well, they put up a lot of points again. 76-59 Tigers. District 11, New Diana has some ground to make up, and they had a chance to do so against Troop tonight. We'll start in the second quarter. New Diana, DeJuan Johnson is going to fake it and then throw it. Aiden Hamilton. Well, how about that? Look at the big fella, huffing and puffing his way to the end zone. Got some speed on number 99 there. Don't see a lot of touchdown scores wearing 99, but hey, we love it. Josh Childress now going to hand it off to Brett Wells. Wells fighting his ways inside the 5 there. Childress says, okay, you got me close. Well, I'll just keep it myself. Up and over for a Tiger touchdown. Eagles back with it. Johnson, a little pressure. He's going to escape it for a bit, but my goodness, A.J. Dewberry. Did not want that dude jumping on you. That's a big fella there. And then Josh Childress scanning, rolling out, firing to Cameron Hawley, and Hawley makes the grab, and he is all alone. Troop, they win big tonight, 69-31. We'll have more Texas games. We'll also check on Arkansas when the Fever returns.
Here we go.
After being shut out in our game of the week last week, Marshall still has a lot of football in front of them. With losses only to Texas High and Longview, I wouldn't count those Mavs out just yet. Tonight they headed to the Tomato Bowl, and I think they took out a little frustration on Jacksonville in that Tomato Bowl. Marshall looking good tonight, 56-0. Like I said, I would not want to face this Marshall team as we start thinking playoffs, and we are getting very close to the postseason. So, big win for Marshall tonight, a big shutout for those Mavericks. Now, we mentioned Texas High. Let's show you how they did tonight. They were at home against Mount Pleasant, down 3-0. Cameron Reitner finds Tredarian Ball. The Oregon commit lets the ref know, hey, I caught it, duh. It's 7-3. Later in the first, the Tigers punting, and why did we show you a punt? Because something happens. It's going to bounce off the foot of a returner, and it's going to be pounced on, heads up by the Tigers. Very patient to let that happen. So they're back in business. The play's so nice, they ran it twice. Reitner, Ball, touchdown. 14-3. Mount Pleasant, though, not going away in this one. How about Brandon McCoo? Kind of gets lost in the lineman there, and he squirts free, and, well, there you go, reverses field. He's going to score. 22-15, though, would be the final. Texas High hangs on for the win. One more game, one that we did not show you from last night. Timpson taking on Shelbyville. This is Timpson with it. Chris Nickelberry keeping it for himself. Nickelberry spinning his way into the red zone. He's then going to hand it off to LaJordan McAllister, and McAllister puts the Bears on the board. But Shelbyville, their record worse than Timpson's heading into this, but the Dragons breathing fire last night. You see the score there. It's 14-3 Timpson. You thought this thing might be over? No. Shelbyville with a throw that's actually picked off, so even more you think Timpson's going to win. That's the quarterback, Nickelberry, on the INT, and a nice return, but wait a minute. There's a flag on the play, on the pick six. It's wiped off the board. There's the laundry. Shelbyville gets the ball back, and Gavin McDonald is going to keep it himself. on the rollout. He scores there, and Shelbyville storms back and wins this thing. 17-14. Again, that was a game from last night. Let's check on some other scores for you. We already showed you Bullard at center there, but we'll show you the score again. The Rough Riders won. New Boston all over Queen City tonight. They put up 70. Joaquin with a big win over Hemphill, and Tenaha falls to Mount Enterprise 56-22. A pair of Arkansas scores before we move on, and it's El Dorado falling in a big way to Benton 60-36. How about Camden Fairview? They down to Queen 48-14. Now, remember, I make this plea every week. We got Louisiana and Texas scores down. It's not that bad. But Arkansas scores much more difficult to find. So if you are in the Natural State and you're one of our loyal Arkansas viewers, we want to show your scores. Send them to us. KTBS, our Facebook page, however you want to do it, Friday Football Fever Facebook page. Help us out.
Griffin's Player of the Week is brought to you by Highland Clinic Orthopedics and Sports Medicine.
And this week's Griffin's Player of the Week is none other than Parkway linebacker Brady Prine. Prine holds a 3.6 GPA. He loves math and credits his parents for keeping academics high on his priority list. He says the chance to get on the field with his teammates is a great way to blow off a little steam after a long day in class.
Man, it's just fun, a lot of fun. Coming out here with all my friends and every day, just being able to hit each other, have jokes, it's just awesome because you don't get to do that in school. Every day, I thought as a freshman it would be so long, just wanted to get it over with, but now I just want to enjoy it, just appreciate it more.
All right, now it's time for everyone's favorite segment. It's based on everyone's favorite chicken, the Southern Classic Chicken Crunch of the night. And we gave Parkway some love there, but here they're going to get crunched. A kickoff return for the Panthers. Here comes Huntington's Arthur Douglas. Boom! Brings him down there. He knows it was a good one. He's fired up. He says, I'm getting the crunch tonight. I don't know if he said that, but I hope he did. Either way, a heck of a tackle. We had a couple crunch nominees. We gave it to Arthur Douglas out of Huntington. There you go. When we come back, we'll see who made the cut in the Sarah Kirk State Farm Agent Top 5 Plays. And I tell you, these are really good. Stay with us.
Here we go.
Another night of fever is almost in the books, but not, of course, before we see those plays that made us say wow this week, better known as the Sarah Kirk State Farm Agent Top 5 Plays. So these are really good, like I said. We go to number 5. It's Minden's Kalen Aubrey. Aubrey gets a great block there and does the rest. Aubrey, following another blocker, going to take it all the way to the end zone. Look at 15. He says, yeah, I did my job. We're getting a touchdown here. Minden gets a big win in the pit, and Kalen Aubrey comes in at top play number 5. We go to number 4, Rain Wallace of Dangerfield. Love getting Dangerfield in the top 5. Rain says, king me up top. What a snag in the end zone from Wallace. And man, that's just a heck of a play out there. East Texas showing up in the top 5. Rain Wallace of Dangerfield loved it. Number 3, another heck of a catch here. Parkway's Gary Burney. The tip drill. Burney comes down with it. You saw him extend one hand there to kind of tip it up in the air to himself. And I mean, what a snag there from Burney. That is a heck of a player out there for those undefeated Parkway Panthers. Speaking of players, how about KJ Edwards of Carthage? This guy's unbelievable. Here he goes on the run, steps over one. How about another stiff arm, runs through another tackler. KJ Edwards to the house. We'll show it to you one more time. A trick play, really, the way they scooped it to him. And I mean, so tough to bring down, and that's why he's in top play number 2. But number 1, folks, it goes to Haynesville. It goes to Latravius Brooks with the whap! Through one. How about another? Get off me right here. Steps through that one. Makes 3 more dudes miss, and he take one on a ride to the end zone. Come on, Latravius Brooks and those Haynesville Golden Tornado. They get it done again tonight, and they are in at top play number 1. That is just, I mean, this right here is just unbelievable. We got to work on our tackling architects. I said it earlier. We'll get there. Now, I mentioned it at the beginning of the show, but the season is really flying by, and we're so glad you choose to spend it with us here on the Southern Classic Chicken Friday Football Fever Scores and Highlights Show. Of course, a big shout out to our wonderful crew that busts their tails each and every Friday night to bring this show to you. Bree hanging out here in studio. Shout out to Madeline. She was dancing. I had to call her out. Shout out to Madeline, who filled in as our editor tonight, just like old times. And, of course, for Daniel Brown, I'm Alex Anderson. Why don't we do this at the same time and same place next week? Sounds like a good idea. We're getting close to the playoffs here on The Fever, and we will see you next week.